That's right. Alright. Okay, there we go. Had to fix the camera. Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, Forrest Walper here. I know you guys cannot see me right now, but welcome to another unboxing, or in this case, unpacking video. Today, as you can tell from the title, we have 3 structure decks. I did talk about which 3 that I got today. Show you guys off there. Now, they do have the quote-unquote now price, because these stickers were very hard to get off, as you will see on this card, on this deck here that I'm about to show you. But we have them, I'll show them in the exact order that I did put them on in the poll, and then we're going to open the pack that most people said they wanted to see unpacked first. So the first pack that I instantly was like, we gotta get this, is the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, I know you guys can't really see it because my lighting up here is not really the best, but it's manageable, I guess. So I have this one. Then we had Dark World, the Dark World structure deck. And then the Beware of the Tropics structure deck. And by a whopping 3 votes to one of the other 2, Beware of the Tropics was the one that won. I'm actually going to lower my camera down a little bit so you guys can see the decks better. So, here you go right here. This is the background noise. You gotta love it. I apologize for the background noise. I have some family over and it is what it is. Well, hold on a second here. Okay, I'm back now. I apologize for that. 5 near 6 minute wait. I had some issues going on out there, out in the family world, so I had to help take care of that. But as I was saying before that all erupted, I did have these three decks here. Like I said before, you had the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon. You also have Dark World and Beware of Trap Tricks. Now, I know you guys are gonna be saying, Forrest, why do you got the price tag still on them? I can't get. If you look at the, if you look at this, you'll see why. It's very hard to get these stickers off with the limited resources that I currently have. So, yeah, that's why I'm not gonna try to take them off. But we can still open them, and we're gonna start with this one because this deck won 3-1-1. Yeah, this. I wonder why people voted for this one. Why? Because these are the cute but deadly monsters. The cute but deadly deck, as I like to call it, based on the back. It says the trap tricks. The trap tricks may appear to they may appear cute on the surface, but if you get too close, they'll devour you whole. These carnivorous plants and insects are always on the hunt for your opponent's monsters. First, Trap Tricks monsters help you get set powerful whole trap cards that can drop your opponent's monsters right out of the duel. Then they gather together to feast on your opponent's life points. The structured deck comes with a wide array of useful trap cards you can use to power up your deck. And it, of course, shows the list of cards that we have here, but we're going to open this baby up. Going to open this bad boy up and see what we get. Of course, we do get the, this really nice, dual mat. Hold on, hold on, hold on!
Just go lay your jacket down.
Well, you kind of waited until I muted, but alright, never mind. That's why I was, yeah, I don't like having family being brought up, especially when they likely don't want to be heard. I told them I was doing this, but whatever. Yeah, so we have a, so yeah, here's what we got. We have the, there's another area right here. So this is what we get. Really nice looking dual side, and it even comes with some so let's say some advice here. So that's really neat, if I do say so myself. So this is the dueling mat, and here we have the deck. Yeah, I know it's going to be a little bit weird trying to read these cards with the item that I have, but we're gonna try it anyway. We're gonna try my best. It may not be the best item, but it's a lot better than just reading my cards and not really showing them like other people do. I gotta be real careful with these. Come on! This deck does not want to be opened! This deck just apparently does not want to be opened. And if you hear any background noise, that's the TV going on in our living room. That's the TV going on in the living room. Don't worry about it. Come on, deck. Let me open you. Come on. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I got it this time. Damn it, just when I thought I got it. There we go, now we got it. Alright, so, we finally got our deck open. Let's take a look what we got here. We have... Yeah, I apologize for the background noise, guys. It's just family. Just being family behind the closed doors. But anyway, we're starting things off with Trap Tricks Pudica. So as you can tell from the, I'll show you guys as up close as personal as I can get it. Let's see. Unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps, you can only use each of the following effects of Trap Tricks Pudica once per turn. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one Trap Trip Garden from your deck to your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can target one special summoned monster your opponent controls, banish it. Also, during the next standby phase, your opponent can special summon one of their banished monsters. Alright. This is a level 4 Earth type plant effect monster. So this is this thing on the side of my cord here. Can I get... don't like saying random shit. Anyway, so this is an Earth type, a level 4 Earth type plant effect monster. A 900 attack, a 1900 defense. That's nice. Next we have speaking of Trap Trick Garden, here it is right here in all its glory. It is a field spell. It is a field spell card. The card effect, I'm just putting this up close so you guys can read it along with me. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Trap Tricks monster in addition to your normal summoning set. Often you can only gain this effect once per turn. The first time each insect or plant monster you control would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. You can banish one monster you control, special summon one Trap Tricks monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Trap Trip Garden once per turn. So yeah, that's going to be a nice card for so many ways. Next up we have, if I can set the deck properly. Oh, got it. We have Trap Tantalizing Tune. This is another spell card. With the added effect, discard one level 4 insect or plant monster or one normal trap. Draw 2 cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished level 4 insect or plant monsters or normal traps, place it on the bottom of the deck. You can only use each effect of Trap Tantalizing Tune once per turn. Next up, we have Trap Tricks Pinguicola. It is a Earth type Plant Exist effect monster. Level 4, by the way. I'd say a level 4 because it does show 4 stars, but whatever. It has 2500 attack, 300 defense. Requires 2 level 4 monsters to Exist summon. While this card has material, it is unaffected by trap effects and the activated effects of other monsters with the same type as this card's material. You can only use each of other monsters with the same type as this card's material. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. I misread the card. I'll restart it. 2 level 4 monsters required to Exist summon this card. While this card has material, it is unaffected by trap effects and the activated effects of other monsters with the same type as this card's material. You can only use each of the following effects of Trap Tricks Penguicola once per turn. Yeah, Penguicola. Once per turn. You can detach one material from this card, add one Trap Tricks monster from your deck to your hand. If a monster or monsters owned by your opponent is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can attach one of those monsters to this card as material. Alright. Next up, we have Traptrix Oedipus. It is a Earth type insect link effect monster with 1800 attack with link rating 3. It requires 2 plus monsters, including an insect or plant monster. This link summon card is unaffected by trap effects. All Traptrix monsters you control gain 1000 attack while you have a normal trap in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can target face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of insect and plant monsters you control. Negate your opponent negate their effects, and until the end of this turn, then you can apply this effect. Banish one normal trap from your graveyard, and if you do, destroy one of those targeted face-up cards. Alright. Need to make sure I'm not doing double draws here. Next up, we have Traptrix Arachnocampa. This is a level 4 Earth-type insect effect monster. 1300 attack, 1500 defense, with the effect unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. The first time each set card in your spell trap zone would be destroyed by a card effect each turn, it is not destroyed. During the main phase, if you control a Traptrix monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except insect or plant monsters. You can only use this effect of Traptrix Arachnocampa once per turn. And now we got our first trap card of the deck, Evenly Matched. This trap card has the effect that at the end of the battle phase, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can make your opponent banish cards from their field face down so they control the same number of cards as you do. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. Interesting. So basically, they'd be banishing their whole field if you had no monsters or no cards on your field. That's a very good card. Probably if it's overplayed too much, they'll probably ban it, or at the very least, maybe even just limit it to a card or two. Mostly just one card, but whatever. Next up, we have Traptrix Holotea. Trap card. You can activate this card from the turn it was set by discarding one normal trap. Special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, Plant Earth, level 4, 400 attack, 2400 defense. This card is not treated as a trap. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. You can only use one Traptrix Holotea effect per turn, and only once that turn. Alright. Next up, we have Traptrix Atrax. It is a level 4 Earth-type insect effect monster with the effect where it is unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. You can activate whole normal traps from your hand. The activation and effects of normal traps activated in your field cannot be negated. So this would be good for all the trap holes that we're going to be looking at some point here. Next up, we have Traptrix Miramelio. This is a level 4. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. This card has 1800 attack and 1000 defense, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Anyway. Next up, we do have the Traptrix Miramelio. It is an Earth-type insect effect monster. Unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one whole normal trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is special summoned, target one spell trap your opponent controls and destroy that target. This card has 1600 attack and 1200 defense. Next we have Traptrix Nepenthes. This is a level 4 plant effect monster. It's basically got the same attack and defense as like Mystical Elf, but unlike Mystical Elf, it is an effect monster, with the effect being unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. If you activate a whole normal trap except during the damage step, you can add to your hand or special summon one Traptrix monster from your deck, except Traptrix Nepenthes. You can only use this effect of Trap Tricks Defenses once per turn. Like I said, it has 800 attack, 2000 defense, just like Mystical Elf. Next up, we have Trap Tricks Dionea. This is a level 4 Earth Plant type effect monster with the effect, unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one Trap Tricks monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position. When this card is special summoned, you can target one whole normal trap in your graveyard. Set that target, but banish it during the end phase of your next turn if it is still on the field. You can only use this effect of Trap Tricks Dionea once per turn. This card has 1700 attack and 1100 defense. I'm sorry, but I just find the look of this card kind of funny. Because usually something like this would usually not get past the censors. Because back in the old days, this kind of look, you would expect to see the arms and the more of the legs covered back in the day. I don't know if they still do it nowadays, but they were very much focused on covering the female characters up a lot more than they were covered up in the Japanese version. Because in the Japanese dub, they were either sexually clad, or they were literally, or they were in some ways either topless or naked. So in the English dub, they basically covered everybody up that were in those two ways, whether they were sexually dressed or they were naked. If you don't believe me, there's a whole freaking video that I remember where this one guy at the time had shown every censored Yu-Gi-Oh card, like every Yu-Gi-Oh card that was edited, and there were a crap ton of monsters that were changed to to have more clothing on them in the English version than they did in the Japanese. It's crazy, I tell you. But anyway, now that I got that out of my system, because I've been wondering when we were going to get to that point, we have Traptrix Genlysia. It is a level 4 Earth Plant Effect monster with the effect unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. You contribute this card, set 2 whole normal traps with different names, one from your deck and one from your graveyard, banish them when they leave the field. You can only use this effect of Traptrix Gunlicia once per turn. This card has 1200 attack and 1600 defense. Oh, got a double. It's got a double here. Next we have Traptrix Vesiculo. This is a level 4 Plant Effect monster with the effect, unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. You can only use one of the following effects of Traptrix Vesicula per turn, and only once that turn. These effects are, you can send one set trap you control to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If you control no cards in your spell trap zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then turn out one whole normal trap in your graveyard and set it to your field. Speaking of trap cards, when are we trap card the whole cards? When are we gonna see one? I don't know. Next up we have Gandarla, the mystery dust kaiju. It is a level 8 wind insect effect monster. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention? Yeah, I did. This card has 1400 attack and 1400 defense. This card, by the way. I need to quit forgetting to do that. But anyway, so this is an insect effect monster. With the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by attributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. Once per turn, quick effect, you can remove 3 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field. The attack defense of all other monsters on the field become halved. Hmm. Alright. Okay. So, Next up, we have Kumogoi, the Sticky String Kaiju. Oh, I forgot to mention. I need to quit forgetting to mention this. This card has 2700 attack and 1600 defense. Now we're going back to this card. I need to quit forgetting to mention the attack and defensive monsters. But anyway, this is a level 7 Earth type insect effect monster. With the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by attributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. When your opponent normal or special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can remove two kaiju counters from anywhere on the field until the end of this next turn that monsters cannot attack, and its effects are negated. This card has 2400 attack and 2500 defense. Alright. Next we have Retaliating Sea. This is a level 4 Earth type insect effect monster with the effect. When your opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster or monsters, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, while this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Earth insect monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, except Retaliating Sea. This card has 1400 attack and 1400 defense. Next, we have Resonance Insect. It is a level 4 Earth type insect effect monster. With the effect, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can send one insect monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Resonance Insect. This card has 1000 attack and 700 defense. Next up, we have Lone Fire Blossom. This is a level 3 fire type plant effect monster. With the effect, once per turn, you contribute one face-up plant monster. Special summon one plant monster from your deck. This card has 500 attack and 1400 defense. Next, we have Ash Blossom and Joyous Sprint. I have heard of this card. I remember seeing these people talking about this card being put on the volcanic burning, being part of a volcanic burning deck. I've heard of people putting this, and one other card, if not this or one other card in your on your deck, because of what it can do. This monster is a level 3 fire type zombie tuner effect monster. With the effects, when a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effect, you can discard this card and negate that effect. Add a card from the deck to the hand, special summon from the deck, send a card from the deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring once per turn. This card has 0 attack and 1800 defense. Next we have Rose Lover. This is a level 1 Earth type plant effect monster. We're actually kind of going a little bit further down there. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one plant monster from your hand, and if you do, it is unaffected by your opponent's trap effects this turn. You can only use this effect of Rose Lover once per turn. This card has 800 attack and 800 defense. Very interesting card if I do say so myself. Next we have Songe de Fleur. This is a level 8 dark type monster. A dark type spellcaster effect monster. With the effect, you can target one monster you control and one card on the field. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, destroy them. If this card is sent from the field to your graveyard, you can target one other monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then add one level 1 plant monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Sage de Fleur once per turn. And instantly, I'm thinking of this card right here. This would be that card for this one. Yeah, this would be a nice combo kind of thing there, if I'm being honest. But anyway, this card has 2,900 attack and 0 defense. Next up, we have Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. This is a level 8. Yeah, level 8 light psychic effect monster. With the effect, if 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can only special summon one Mech Knight Purple Nightfall once per turn this way. Quick effect, you can target one Mech Knight monster you control, banish it until the standby phase of your next turn, and if you do, add one Mech Knight monster from your deck to your hand except Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. You can only use this effect of Mech Knight Purple Nightfall once per turn. This card has 2,500 attack and 2,000 defense. Have Mech Knight Blue Sky. This is a level 5 light type Earth, really? Yeah, light type. Okay. A level 5 light type psychic effect monster. With the effect, if 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can only special summon Mech Knight Blue Sky once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summoned from the hand, you can add Mech Knight monsters with different names except Mech Knight Blue Sky from your deck to your hand, equal to the number of your opponent's cards in this card's column. You can only use this effect of Mech Knight Blue Sky once per turn. Alright. Next we have Artifact Moron. Oh wait, I never did it again. This card has 2,000 attack and 2,500 defense. There we go. Now we're getting back into things. Artifact Morotak. This is a level 5 light fairy effect monster. With the effect, you can set this card from your hand to your spell trap zone as a spell. During your opponent's turn, if this said card is in the spell and trap zone is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you can destroy one face-up card your opponent controls. This card has 2,100 attack and 1,400 defense. So this card is almost like a Crystal Beast card because because just like Crystal Beast, it does revolve around being put in the spell trap zone. But I think with Crystal Beasts, they only have that if it is destroyed by battle. You can put it back in the spell trap zone. I could be wrong, because if I'm being honest, the Crystal Beast archetype, in a way, kind of confuses the heck out of me. But it is what it is. Anyway, next up we have Fire Hand. This is a level 4. Oh, hold on a second here. This is. Oh yeah, by the way, that artifact Moral Talk has 2,100 attack and 1,400 defense. I gotta remember to tell you guys this, because otherwise I'm gonna keep forgetting. Anyway, we got Fire Hand as a level 4 wait. No, it's a level 4 Fire type Pyro effect monster with the effect. When this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, you can target one monster they control, destroy that target, then you can special summon one Ice Hand from your deck. This card has 1,600 attack and 1,000 defense. And there's Ice Hand right there. We have, it is a level 4 water type Agua effect monster with the effect. When this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, you can target one spell trap they control, then that destroy that target, then you can special summon one Fire Hand from your deck. Because it kind of, so basically, if one is destroyed, and then you can special summon the other in some way. It's kind of neat. Anyway, next up we have Thunder Hand. This is a level 4 light effect. This is a light type thunder effect monster with the effect. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this. This This card has 1400 attack and 1600 defense. I gotta keep remembering that. But anyway, this card's effect. If a face-up monster you control with 1600 original attack or defense is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if you do, destroy one card your opponent controls. You can only use this effect of Thunderhand once per turn. This card has 1600 attack and 1600 defense. Now we're going with the spell cards. We have Raideki, which is a spell card. Destroy all monster destroy all monsters your opponent controls. There we go. Gotta say it. Next up we have Harpy's Feather Duster. Destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. So basically, with these two added effects, it's pretty much like Dark Hole, but instead of destroying all cards, these two destroy only your opponents. So yeah, they were pretty broken back in the day. I can understand why they were either limited or, in the case of Feather Duster, if I remember right, it was banned for a time, but then they brought it back, or at least they limited it, if anything. Now we're going into the trap cards. We're starting with Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. If your opponent has special summoned a monster that this turn, target one monster your opponent controls with 2000 or more attack, destroy it, and then if you have a whole normal trap in your graveyard, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard. You can only activate one Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare per turn. Next we have the OG trap card with the effect. When your opponent normal or flip summons a monster with 1000 or more attack, target that monster and destroy that target. Next we have Bottomless Trap Hole. Yeah, so I call this like a Trap Hole combo deck. But anyway, with this trap card, this effect, when your opponent summons a monster with 1500 or more attack, destroy that monster with 1500 or more attack, and if you do, banish it. Hence why it says Bottomless Trap Hole, because they're going to be stuck there forever. They're banished to the Shadow Realm. Never mind. But anyway, we get 2 copies of this card, which makes it interesting. Next we have Void Trap Hole. When your opponent special summons a monster with 2000 or more attack, negate the effects of one of those monsters with 2000 or more attack, and if you do, destroy it. Next we have Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. When a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect on your opponent's field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. And we get 2 copies of this card. Next we have Floodgate Trap Hole. Man, how many Trap Hole cards do we have? Jeez. Floodgate Trap Hole with the effect. I mean, we already know it's a trap, so we don't need to keep saying it's a trap card, because we know it's a trap card because it's got trap in the name, and because it's got the purple background, as if we already haven't figured that out with the other ones. But anyway, this effect, when your opponent summons a monster or monsters, change that monsters to face down defense position. Monsters changed to face down defense position by this effect cannot change their battle positions. Long story short, if you are not very careful, this card can be used, and you are going to be out of luck with those cards because of this card's effect, as long as you don't negate it. Next, we have Gravedigger's Trap Hole. When your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand or graveyard, when your opponent's banished monster effect is activated, negate its effect. Hey, Garrett, how you doing tonight? Negate its effect, and if you do, inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. Wow, that's crazy. Next up, we have Trap Trick. Banish one normal trap from your deck except Trap Trick, and if you do, set one card with the same name directly from your deck. It can be activated this turn. Nice, I guess you got the Trap Trick Structure deck. Oh, I got some more here. Like I said earlier, I got some others here. You got the Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark World. I do have a good number of decks I can open tonight. and it's gonna take me a while to read through them. So yeah, but I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Uh, but anyway, you can only activate one trap card for the rest of this turn after this card resolves. You can only activate one trap trick per turn. So basically, you can only use this trap and only this trap once on that turn it's played. Alright. Next we have the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. A trap card. With the effect, special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. It's a Warrior Dark level. Actually, I have two binders of Yu-Gi-Oh cards myself. Dude, I have like a bag, like two, maybe like one or two bagfuls of Yu-Gi-Oh cards outside the ones that I've shown off. With the booster box opening that I did, and these structure decks openings that I'm doing tonight. So yeah, I got a crap ton of cards myself. Mainly because somebody that I knew in high school gave me, no joke, gave me their whole collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards because they were like, well, I thought you maybe be interested in them, so would you like them? And I said, yeah. I would have to find those cards. They're either in this box, in a box in my room, or they're in this camper that I used to live in that's down in my driveway. But I'll have to look for it. In the meantime, we're gonna keep reading these cards. I did say I might do a live stream where I show off all those other Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I've had. And we'll see where we go from there. But anyway. So this card is, you can special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. Warrior Dark, level 4, 0 attack, 300 defense. This card is not treated as a trap. If you have no traps in your graveyard, you can activate this card on the turn it was set. You can only activate one Phantom Knight of Shade Brigandine once per turn. Let's see here. Try to get in Chaos Angel from the Cyber Booster Pack. I forgot the name of it. It's very rare and hard to pull. It's not a Ghost Rare, is it? Because Ghost Rares can be very tricky. And even then, I am considering getting another booster box, but I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go for yet. I might get the latest one that came out not too long ago, but still, it's up in the air. Anyway, I'll let you move on to the cards just dropping into. Oh no, you're fine, Garrett. You can always pop in and say whatever you feel. Probably a secret rare. That's true too. All right. Next up, we have Artifact Sanctum. Trap card. Special summon one artifact monster from your deck. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one card on the field, destroy that target. You can only activate one artifact sanctum per turn. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Alright. Next we have Naturia Sacred Tree. It is a continuous trap card. With the effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, add one Naturia card from your deck to your hand, except Naturia Sacred Tree. You can only use one of the following effects of Naturia Sacred Tree per turn, and only once that turn. You contribute one Earth Insect monster, special summon one level 4 or lower Earth Plant monster from your deck, and tribute one Earth Plant monster, special summon one level 4 or lower Earth Insect monster from your deck. So pretty much, you can either do one card for a... So basically, it's the same effect, but for the two different types of monsters. Next up, we have Traptrix Rafflesia. This is a level 4 plant. It's a level 4 Earth type plant Xyz effect monster, which requires 2 level 4 monsters to Xyz summon. With the effect, unaffected by trap effects while it has material. Traptrix monsters you control except Traptrix Rafflesia cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Your opponent cannot target Traptrix monsters you control except Traptrix Rafflesia. Rafflesia. With card effects. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and send one whole normal trap that meets its activation conditions from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that trap card's effect when that card is activated. Interesting. Okay. Next we have Traptrix Alamurus. This is a level 4 Earth Insect Disease effect monster. Oh yeah. Forgot to do it again because we were looking at just trap cards this time, but this card has 300 attack and 2500 defense. Now, getting back to this card, it has the effect where it requires 2 level 4 monsters to Xyz summon, with the effect being unaffected by trap effects while it has material. You can only use each of the following effects of Traptrix Anomalous once per turn. You can detach 2 materials from this card, special summon 1 level 4 insect or plant monster from your graveyard. If an opponent's monster leaves the field because of your card effect and is now in the graveyard or banished, except during the damage step, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target one of them. Special summon it to your field. This seems like this card, I'm not gonna lie, with that effect, that very bottom effect, I cannot help but think of Poison Ivy from the DC Comics characters. I just can't help but think of it because of that last effect. Anyway, next up we have Traptrix Colaria. This is a Earth-type plant link effect monster. And I did it again. This card has 2200 attack and 600 defense. Now we can move on. Anyway, this card requires 2 insect and or plant monsters to link summon it. This link summon card is unaffected by trap effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Traptrix Colaria once per turn. After you activate a whole normal trap card, you can set it instead of sending it to the graveyard. During your end phase, you can target 1 Traptrix monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. This card has 1800 attack and a link rating of 2. Next we have Traptrix Serra. This is an Earth-type plant link effect monster, which requires 1 non-link Traptrix monster. This link summon card is unaffected by trap effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Traptrix Serra once per turn, and not during the damage step. If a normal trap is activated, you can special summon 1 Traptrix monster from your deck with a different name than the card you control. If your other Traptrix monster's effect is activated, you can set 1 whole normal trap directly from your deck. This card has 800 attack and a link rating of 1. Next we have Traptrix Mantis. This is a level 4 Earth insect effect type monster. Unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, quick effect. You can target 1 such spell trap you control, return that target to the hand, then you can set 1 spell trap from your hand. So basically, if you don't have the right card that you wanted on the spell trap zone, you can take it out and replace it with another one, pretty much. That's what it seems like to me. Then we have these. You got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and Yu-Gi-Oh! Photon Hypernova. And structure deck, be aware of the Traptrix. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I would play Master Duel. I think it's a bit different compared to, I don't know if I'd be interested in that. I don't know. But, we'll see. I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna pause on this because he's showing it, but whatever. If it's picked, it's picked. I don't really care. But that was the, Traptrix structure deck right here. Now, here's the fun part. Because, the fun part being that the fun thing very much being that we had a bit of a tie because both of these decks were met with 1 vote each. So, which deck do you guys want to see next? Dark World or Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon? Yeah, it's come down to that because I'm still gonna open both of them, but which one do you guys want to see first? Blue Eyes or Dark World? And I know what you guys are saying. Again, this this sticker is very hard to pull off because look at my Blue Eyes box. That's why. That's why I'm not taking that sticker off because the sticker was very hard to get off anyway. So, good. We're gonna go with Blue Eyes. We'll go for the Blue Eyes. I'm gonna go for the Blue Eyes just for the fact that I messed up on the sticker. Ah, come on, come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on, Blue Eyes, get your little bum out here. You're holding up the show. Come on. Here we go. So, just like with the other one, this thing has, well, it does have a deck list, and it does hold like what would be the best card combo for Blue Eyes White Dragon. But it also comes with a dual field, which is very much different from the other one because this one comes with the field on one side and the suggestions on the other. But here's what the dual field looks like on here, and if I'm being honest, it looks really cool in my opinion. But we're not here for the dual field, we're here for the cards. And we got the Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is another version of the card that I've gotten. There's a different set. I've gotten like, I want to say at most 4 or 5 different Blue Eyes White Dragon cards. Because I got some from the original looking Blue Eyes White Dragons, as well as 1 or 2 that look exactly like this card. And if I'm being honest with you, this card has, in my opinion, the best Blue Eyes White Dragon designs, like artworks of all time. Somebody's gonna be trying to fight me for that one. I already feel it. Somebody is just gonna be messing with me in the comments, being like, "No, that's not right. It's this other one," because actually, I've had at least 3 different Blue Eyes. I've had 3 different Blue Eyes with different card designs. You had this card design, then you had the OG card design, and then the one that came out where it's, I'd have to look it up, but we're not gonna look it up later. We got these 2 things over here, but I don't really care about those. We're going off of those ones. We're putting those, I'm gonna go ahead and put those ones back, because we don't really have a need for those. But now, let's take a look at the Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. First off, we gotta go with the star of this deck, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a level 8, it's kind of damaged there, but, I'm not, it's a little damaged there, but I'm not broken up about it, honestly. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a dent on it, but, whatever. I'm not gonna get rid of this card anyway. This is a level 8 light dragon monster, no effect. With the description being, this legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction. Virtually invincible, very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale. This is, like I said, this is the star of the show because the whole point is to have the Blue Eyes White Dragon in on the field at all times, pretty much. As the deck will go on to tell you. Next, we also have the Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. It is a Level 8 light type dragon synchro effect monster. Oh yeah. I don't really need to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Blue Eyes White Dragon has 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Okay, there, I said it. This card requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner normal monsters to summon this. When this card is special summoned, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So pretty much, boom. This is what you would have right here. Boom. Just like that. Azure Eyes Silver Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon right there on the same time on the field. With this card having 2,500 attack and 3,000 defense, and this one having 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense. Kind of crazy when you think about it that they are they're very similar in power, but very opposite with the attack and defense. It's crazy. Next up we have Maiden with Eyes of Blue. This is, in my opinion, if I remember right, this is based on the anime character Kisara from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime of the season 5 of the original OG Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Because she was if I remember correctly, her backstory as far as Kisara's backstory was basically where she was treated pretty badly, for one reason or another. And at one point, I forget the character name, but the guy that had the Millennium Eye even told Seto to kill this woman and take the Blue Eyes White Dragon from her. So basically, he's having Seto kill this girl, and take this and have the Blue Eyes White Dragon for his own. So this would explain why Kaiba, the ancestor of Seto in the ancient Egypt, has a very big thing for the Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, and why he ultimately ripped Grandpa's Blue Eyes White Dragon card, because he, obviously because he doesn't want any Blue Eyes used against him, but also because of the backstory between Seto and Kisara. I'm pretty sure I butchered some of that backstory up, but I'm pretty sure there are other videos on YouTube that can tell you about said backstory. Anyway, we're getting off track here. Maiden with Eyes of Blue is a level 1 light spellcaster tuner card. So guess what? Boom, 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 and then boom, boom. That's pretty much the gist of... Hold on a second. Sorry, family member. But anyway, so this effect, when this card is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, change the battle position of this card, then you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets the face-up card, except during the damage step, you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use one Maiden with Eyes of Blue effect per turn, and only once that turn. This card has 0 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Dragon Shrine. It is a spell card with the effect: send one Dragon-type monster from your deck to the graveyard, then if that monster in your graveyard is a Dragon-type normal monster, you can send one more Dragon-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate one Dragon Shrine per turn. Next we have Rabid Dragon. This is a level 8 light dragon monster with the description, it's a snowfield dwelling, giant ears sporting, uh, giant ears sporting, super acoustic snowball shaped mutant dragon. There's no way anybody can escape. This card has 25 or 2950 attack, 2900 defense. So it's in a way better than Blue Eyes, but also not really better than Blue Eyes because the attack is lower, but the defense is a few hundred points higher. Next up, we have Alexandrite Dragon. This is a level 4 light dragon monster with the description. Many of the Tsar's lost jewels can be found in the scales of this priceless dragon. Its creator remains a mystery, along with how they acquired the imperial treasures. But whosoever finds this dragon has hit the jackpot, whether they know it or not. This card has 2000 attack and 100 defense. Next we have Luster Dragon. It is a level 4 wind dragon type monster. Uh, yeah, with the description, a very beautiful dragon covered with sapphire. It does not like fights, but has incredibly high attack power. This card has 1900 attack and 1600 defense. I also have like 2 or 3 copies of this card last I remember. Next we have Flameville Guard. This is a level 1 fire type dragon tuner monster with the description. A Flameville Guardian who commands fire with his will. His magma hot barrier protects his troops from intruders. This card has 100 attack and 2000 defense. Man, back in the day, they were so keen with having with monsters with 2000 defense and very low attack. I swear. Anyway, here's another card that I have at least one copy of. Dark Storm Dragon. This is a level 8 Dark type Dragon Gemini monster. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is face up on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with this effect. Once per turn, you can send one face-up spell trap card you control to the graveyard. Destroy all spell traps on the field. This card has 2700 attack and 2500 defense. Next we have Mirage Dragon. It is a level 4 light dragon effect monster. With the effect, your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase. This card has 1600 attack and 600 defense. Next we have Divine Dragon Apocalypse. This is a level 4 dark dragon effect monster. With the effect, once per turn you can discard one card, then target one dragon type monster on in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. This card has 1000 attack and 1500 defense. Next up we have the White Stone of Legend. This is a level 1 light dragon tuner monster. With the effect, when this card is sent to the graveyard, add one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. This card has 300 attack and 250 defense. Next we have Kaiba Man. This is a level 3 light warrior effect monster. With the effect, you contribute this card, special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. This card has 200 attack and 700 defense. Flashback to when Kaiba dueled Yugi or Jaden while wearing the Kaiba Man attire. That's kind of fun. But anyway, we next have Herald of Creation. This is a level 4 light spellcaster effect monster. With the effect, once per turn you can discard one card, then turn one level 7 or higher monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. This card has 1800 attack and 600 defense. Next we have Kaiser Seahorse. I have multiple versions of this card. It is a level 4 light Sea Serpent effect monster. With the effect, this card... Yeah, I already said the thing there for that. I just had to make sure. But anyway, this card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a light monster. This card has 1700 attack and 1650 defense. So that's very neat. Next we have Honest, a level 4 light fairy effect monster. The effect being, during your main phase, you can return this card from the field to the hand. During either player's damage step, when a light monster you control battles, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That monster gains attack equal to the attack of the opponent's monster it is battling until the end phase. This card has 1100 attack and 1900 defense. Next we have Shining Angel. This is a level 4 light monster with the fairy effect monster. With the effect, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one light monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. And we have 2 copies of Shining Angel. Next we have spell cards. The first one, Burst Stream of Destruction. If you control a Blue Eyes White Dragon, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot attack the turn you activate this card. Stamping Destruction. If you control a Dragon-type monster, target one spell trap on the field, destroy that target, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to its controller. A Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. In return one level 5 or higher Dragon-type monster you control to the hand, and if you do, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. Next we have Trade-In. Discard one level 8 discard one level 8 monster and draw 2 cards. Next we have Cards of Consonance. This is a spell card with the effect, discard one Dragon-type tuner monster with 1000 or less attack, draw 2 cards. Alright, so it's just like Trade-In, but it's a little bit different. White Elephant's Gift, spell card, send one face-up non-effect monster you control to the graveyard, and draw 2 cards. So basically this is about... These are cards that are basically Pot of Greed, but with added effects. Jesus. Anyway, 1 for 1. When send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon one level 1 monster from your hand or deck. Monster Reborn. Target one monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it. One of the OG cards right there. Dragonic Tactics. Tribute 2 Dragon-type monsters, special summon one level 8 Dragon-type monster from your deck. Okay. I guess that works. Soul Exchange spell card. Target one monster your opponent controls. This turn, if you tribute a monster, you must tribute that monster as if you controlled it. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Alright. Enemy Controller. Activate one of these effects. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change that target's battle position. Tribute one monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target until the end phase. Next we have Fiendish Chain, a continuous trap card. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. Its effects are negated, also it cannot attack. When it is destroyed, destroy this card. Kunai with Chain. This was Joey's card, and I have like 1, maybe 2 versions of it, but whatever. This card, activate one or both of these effects simultaneously. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, change that monster to defense position, target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target, it gains 500 attack. Yep. Next we have Damage Condenser. When you take battle damage, discard one card. Special summon one monster from your deck with attack less than or equal to the battle damage you took in face-up attack position. Alright. Call of the Haunted. Continuous trap card. Activate this card by targeting one monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Compulsory Evacuation Device. Target one monster on the field, return that target to the hand. Champion's Vigilance. If you control a level 7 or higher normal monster, when a monster would be summoned off, or when a monster would be summoned or a spell trap card is activated, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Alright. And now for some other monsters, we have Rider of the Storm Winds. This is a level 1 light dragon tuner monster. With the effect, you can target one dragon-type normal monster you control. Equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. If a monster equipped with this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. If a monster equipped with this card would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. This card has 500 attack and 200 defense. Next we have Kaiser Glider. This is a level 6 light dragon effect monster with the effect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target one monster on the field, return that target to the hand. This card has 2400 attack and 2200 defense. Next we have Hieratic Dragon of Tefnuit. This is a level 6 light dragon effect monster. With the effect, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card cannot attack during the turn it is special summoned this way. When this card is distributed, special summon one dragon-type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Also make its attack and defense 0. This card has 2100 attack and 1400 defense. Next we have Silver's Cry. This is a reverse spell card. It's basically like a card that you play to counteract something. Target one dragon-type normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You can only activate one Silver's Cry per turn. Next we have Swords of Revealing Light. Flip all monsters your opponent controls face up. This card remains on the field for 3 of your opponent's turns. While this card is face up on the field, monsters your opponent controls cannot declare an attack. Oh, I accidentally dropped my cards. And now, finally, we have the... I'll just go ahead and put this there too, because that's something else there. And finally, the trap card, Castle of Dragon Souls. This is a continuous trap card. With the effect, once per turn, you can banish one dragon-type monster from your graveyard, then target one monster you control. It gains 700 attack until the end phase, even after this card leaves the field or the monster becomes unaffected by card effects. When this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished dragon-type monsters. Special summon that target. You can only control one Castle of Dragon Souls. So there is that deck. And now we are on the final one. And now we are on the final deck. That being Dark World. Alright. There we go. So, just like before, we have a field, a play mat of this. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a play mat of this cards deck, which I think is really cool, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. And just like with the Trap Tricks cards, it does have the back of it, giving you some special effects, some ideas here for these cards, and it even gives you the packs that these cards have extra cards for them. So that's nice. But here we are doing the final deck here. Gotta remember which. Okay, so it's this way. So let's try to be real careful with these because I don't want to damage them at all in any way, shape, or form. Alright. Okay. There we go. That's pretty clean of an open if I do say so myself. So, hey Twilight, how you doing tonight? So let me go ahead and put these cards back. Because we don't really need to see those cards at all whatsoever. Alright, so here are the cards we have for the Dark World deck that we have here. First up is Rain Bu, Overking of Dark World. This is a level 8 Dark type Fiend effect monster with the effect. You can special summon this card from your graveyard. Good fortune, I see a collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yes, I do. I've actually started getting back into wanting to do these because I kept watching all these videos of people doing some sort of openings, whether it be structured decks like what I did tonight, or booster boxes, or special boxes like the 25th anniversary Egyptian God card box that I've seen a few times. You know, I haven't seen a good number of them, so it kind of got me back into doing these, actually. But, of course, I gotta be careful with my money. But, still. So, this monster's effect is you can special summon this card from your graveyard by returning one level 7 or lower Dark World monster you control to the hand. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, you can add one level 5 or higher Dark World monster from your deck to your hand, except Rainbow Overking of Dark World. Then if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Dark World monster from your deck or graveyard to either field. This card has 3,000 attack and 1,800 defense. I am trying not to touch the picture. Next we have Dark World Puppetry. This is a quick effect. This is a counter spell card. The effect, add target up to 3 cards. Yeah, sorry about that, Force. No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Anyway. So, target up to 3 cards in any graveyards, banish them, then discard one fiend monster. During your main phase, except that turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished fiend monsters, add it to your hand. You can only activate one Dark World Puppetry per turn. Next we have Dark World Archives. This is a continuous spell card. With the effect, during your main phase, you can discard one Dark World monster, and if you do, Dark World monsters you currently control gain attack equal to the level the discarded monster had in the hand times 100 until the end of this turn. If a monster whose original type is Fiend is discarded from your hand by the effect of a Dark World card or an opponent's card effect, even during the damage step, you can discard one card, then draw 2 cards. You can only use each effect of Dark World Archives once per turn. Next we have Grapha, Dragon Overlord of Dark World. This is a level... Let's see here. I believe it is a level 10. Level 10 Dark Fiend Fusion Effect Monster. This card had... so the fusion the fusion summon requirements include Grapha, Dragonlord of Darkworld, plus 1 Dark Monster. With the effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect, or a normal spell or trap card, while you have a card in your hand, quick effect, you can activate this effect. The activated effect becomes your opponent discards 1 card. You can only use this effect of Grapha, Dragon Overlord of Dark World once per turn. If this fusion summon monster in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one of your Grapha, Dragon Lord of Dark World that is banished or in your graveyard. Then each player with the hand discards 1 card. This card has 3200 attack and 2300 defense. Next we have Dark World Accession. This is a counter spell card. With the effect, during the main phase, summon 1 fiend fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing monsters mentioned on it from your field or graveyard. If fusion summoning a Dark World monster this way, you can also discard monsters as many as material during your. If fusion summoning a Dark World monster this way, you can also discard monsters as material. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand, then discard 1 Dark World monster. You can only use each effect of Dark World Accession once per turn. Next we have Genta Gateman of Dark World. This is a level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster. With the effect, you can only special summon Genta Gateman of Dark World once per turn. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add 1 the Gates of Dark World from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished and you control a Dark World card, you can special summon this card. This card has 1000 attack and 1800 defense. Next we have Parl, Hermit of Dark World. This is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster. With the effect, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, you can target 1 Dark World monster in your graveyard, except Parl, Hermit of Dark World. Special summon it to either field, then if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon to either field 1 of your fiend monsters that is banished or in your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Parl, Hermit of Dark World once per turn. This card has 300 attack and 100 defense. Trap cards. Gotta love them. Dark World Punishment. This is a counter trap card. With the effect, when a monster would be normal summoned or special summoned, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster or monsters. Then discard 1 fiend monster. If a Dark World monster you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card or by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect of Dark World Punishment once per turn. Next we have Rain Bu, Overlord of Dark World. This is a level 7, if I am reading my number of stars correctly. Level 7 Dark Fiend effect monster. With the effect, if this card is discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, special summon this card from the graveyard. If summoned this way, destroy all monsters your opponent controls or all spells and traps they control. So basically, it's like that it's basically like a mix of Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster. But you can only pick between one or the other. You can't pick both. Because otherwise it probably would have been too powerful and probably would have been banned. It would have been banned by the tournament if that was the case, I guess. Next we have Lucent, Netherlord of Dark... Wait, did I ever... No, I didn't, actually. This card has 2500 attack and 1800 defense. I gotta remember to do that. I've been forgetting to do that on at least once every deck. Maybe except for Blue Eyes, but still. I need to quit doing that. Anyway, back to this card. Lucent, Netherlord of Dark World is a level 6 Dark Fiend effect monster. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon this card. Then, if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one fiend monster from your deck to either field. This card, I almost forgot, but I just remembered. This card has 2400 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Latinum, Exarch of Dark World. This is a level 5 Dark Field Effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, target one fiend monster on the field. Special summon this card, then that target, if any, gains 500 attack. This card has 1500 attack and 2400 defense. Next we have Goldu, Warlord of Dark World. This is a level 5 Dark type Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls. Special summon this card, then destroy those targets, if any. This card has 2300 attack and 1400 defense. Next we have Silva, Warlord of Dark World. This is a level 5 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card. Then, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, your opponent places exactly 2 cards from their hand on the bottom of their deck in any order. This card has 2300 attack and 1400 defense. Next, Brawn, Mad King of Dark World. This is a level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can discard 1 card. This card has 1800 attack and 400 defense. Next we have Beige, Vanguard of Dark World. Why the hell does this... Am I the only one here just now thinking, with the way this face looks, I cannot help but think of the bat that one thing that the bat that never sleeps Joker, the one where it has this weird looking thing over his head and he's got one of the creepiest smiles you will ever see. This just made me think of that. But anyway, Beige, Vanguard of Dark World is a level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card. This card has 1600 attack and 1300 defense. Next we have Brow, Huntsman of Dark World. This is a level 3 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, draw 1 card, or if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, draw 2 cards instead. Okay, so basically you're drawing cards anyway, but this card has 1400 attack and 800 defense. Next we have a card that I actually have one of. Scar, Scout of Dark World. This is a level 2 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, add 1 level 4 or lower Dark World monster from your deck to your hand. This card has 500 attack and 500 defense. Let's see here. Next we have Kaki, Gorilla of Dark World. This is a level 2 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. This card has 300 attack and 500 defense. Next we have Gren, Tactician of Dark World. This is a level 2 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, target 1 spell trap on the field and destroy it. This card has 300 attack and 500 defense. Next we have Ceruli, Guru of Dark World. This is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, special summon this card to your opponent's field in defense position. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, your opponent discards 1 card. This card has 100 attack and 300 defense. Next we have Zure, Knight of Dark World. This is a level 4 Dark Fiend normal monster with the description. The name of this illustrious knight is known to all residents of Darkworld. He never opposes the commoners. He never oppresses the commoners. This card has 1800 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Renge, Gatekeeper of Darkworld. This is a level 4 Dark Fiend normal monster with the text, with the description. His renowned athletic physique has made him famous with the populace of Darkworld. They call him Iron Wall Renge because no one can break through his incredible defenses. This card has 100 attack and 2100 defense. Next we have Danger! Bigfoot! Oh, my feet are getting tired. But we're almost done here. Anyway, this is a level 8 Dark Beast effect monster. With the effect, you can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses. You can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses one card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card. Then, if the discarded card was not Danger Bigfoot, special summon one Danger Bigfoot from your hand, and if you do, draw one card. If this card is discarded, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use this effect of Danger Bigfoot once per turn. This card has 3000 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Danger Thunderbird. This is a level 8 Dark Wind Beast effect monster. With the effect, you can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses one card from your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card was not Danger Thunderbird, special summon one Danger Thunderbird from your hand, and if you do, draw one card. If this card is discarded, you can target one set card your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use this effect of Danger Thunderbird once per turn. Next we have Danger Mothman. This is a level 4 Dark Insect effect monster with the effect. You can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses one card from your entire hand, then you discard the chosen card. Then, if the discarded card was not Danger Mothman, special summon one Danger Mothman from your hand, and if you do, draw one card. If this card is discarded, you can have both players draw one card, then both players discard one card. You can only use this effect of Danger Mothman once per turn. This card has 1800 attack and 400 defense. Next we have Danger Tsuchinoko. This is a level 3 Dark Reptile effect monster with the effect. You can reveal this card in your hand and your opponent randomly chooses one card from your entire hand. Then you discard the chosen card. Then if the discarded card was not Danger Tsuchinoko, special summon one Danger Tsuchinoko from your hand, and if you do, draw one card. If this card is discarded, you can special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Danger Tsuchinoko once per turn. This card has 1300 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Lilith, Lady of Lament. This is a level 3 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. If this card is normal summoned, its original attack becomes I had to make sure I was reading that right. If this card is normal summoned, its original attack becomes 1000. Quick effect, you contribute one dark monster, reveal 3 normal traps from your deck. Your opponent randomly chooses one for you to set on your field, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. You can only use this effect of Lilith, Lady of Lament once per turn. This card has 2000 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Fabled Raven. This is a level 2 Light Fiend Tuner effect monster. With the effect, once per turn you can discard any number of cards, and if you do, this card gains one level and 400 attack for each discarded card until the end of this turn. This card has 1300 attack and 1000 defense. Next, we have Absolute King Backjack. This is a level 1 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it is a normal trap, set it to your field. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. That said card can be activated during this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can look at 3 cards on the top of your deck, then place them on the top of the deck in any order. You can only use each effect of Absolute King Backjack once per turn. Alright. Spell cards. We have Dark World Dealings. Each player draws 1 card, then each player discards 1 card. Alright. Charge into a Dark World. Target 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then discard 1 Fiend monster. You can only activate 1 charge into a Dark World per turn. Gateway to Dark World. This is a counter spell card with the effect. Target 1 Dark World monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. You cannot summon monsters the turn you activate this card, except by this effect, but you can normal set. Dark World Lightning. Target 1 sets card on the field, destroy that target, then discard 1 card. Next we have Dragged Down into the Grave. Both players reveal their hands, each chooses 1 card from their opponent's hand, then you discard the chosen cards from both players' hands, then both players draw 1 card. Card Destruction. Old classic card, this one. Both players discard as many cards as possible from their hands, then each player draws the same number of cards they discarded. The Forces. Now we're going into trap cards for the moment. The Forces of Darkness. Target 2 Dark World monsters in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. Dark World Brainwashing. This is a continuous trap card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand except during the damage step, you can target 1 Dark World monster on the field, return it to the hand, and if you do, the activated effect becomes your opponent randomly discards 1 card. Alright. Dark Smog. Continuous trap card. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, discard 1 Fiend monster, and if you do, banish that target. Next we have Mind Crush. Declare 1 card name. If that card is in your opponent's hand, they must discard all copies of it. Otherwise, you discard 1 random card. Deck Devastation Virus. Tribute 1 dark monster with 2,000 or more attack. Look at your opponent's hand. All monsters they control and all cards they draw until the end of their 3rd turn after this card's activation, and destroy all those monsters with 1,500 or less attack. Paleozoic Dinomistress. This is a trap card, like we've already talked about. Target 1 face-up card on the field, discard 1 card, and if you do, banish it. Once per chain, when a trap card is activated while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card as a normal monster. Agua, Water, level 2, 1200 attack, 0 defense. This card is not treated as a trap. If summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects. Also banish it when it leaves the field. Skill Drain. This is a continuous trap card. Activate this card by paying 1,000 life points. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters while they are face-up on the field, but their effects can still be activated. Next, we have 3 more cards. We have Grapha, Dragonlord of Dark World. This is a level 8 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect. You can special summon this card from your graveyard by returning 1 Dark World monster you control to the hand, except Grapha, Dragonlord of Dark World. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy that target, then if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, look at 1 random card in your opponent's hand, then if it was a monster, you can special summon it to your field. Next we have Snow, Unlight of Dark World. This is a level 4 Dark Fiend effect monster with the effect of... I never said what the attack and defense of this card was. It has 2700 attack and 1800 defense. Now we can go back to this card. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effects, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard. Add one Dark World card from your deck to your hand, then special summon that target, if any, in defense position. This card has 1700 attack and 0 defense. And finally, the Gates of Dark World. This is a field spell card. All field monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can banish one field monster from your graveyard, discard one field monster, then draw one card. And that is all of the decks that I have open. For me personally, if I had to rank each deck by how good I think it is, I feel like the Blue Eyes deck would probably be the bottom for me because its main focus is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? We all kind of figured that. But that's the sole purpose, whereas the other two decks, they are more all over the place where you can think of a strategy to do at that point in time against your opponent. But I would say the Trap Tricks cards may be pretty good in their own right, but when it comes to power, or at least some really interesting card effects, Dark World also has them too. But yeah, so yeah, let me turn the camera around to face me. But yeah, those are all the cards, though all the decks that I've currently gotten at this point in time. I will be getting other structure decks as well as the occasional booster box openings. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed my unpacking video. I do think it's a lot better than my booster box opening with the Volcanic Burning booster box that I did some time ago. But if it's still not that good, at least I tried. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me here tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this is Forrest Walpole signing off.